Sound check. All right. Hello, everyone. This is Star Channel Tarot, and I'm going to be doing a reading on your person. Hold on. I see a little glare, so I'm going to clean the lens. All right. So for those of you that are new to my channel, tarot has no gender. This is a general reading. If you'd follow your intuition, take what's yours and leave the rest. Move this out of the way. I was just cleaning I was saging. Okay, let's see. Hey, Kat. Hey, Rita. How are you guys? Hi, Scream. How are you? All right. Tarot has no gender. This is a general reading. Take what's yours, leave the rest. I don't pull on toxic exes. Readings are timeless. The energy can be flipped. If it's not you, it could be your person. If you'd like to book a reading with me, shoot me an email, starchanneltarot, one word, @gmail.com. Regular readings will arrive in 6 to 7 business days. Emergency readings will arrive in 24 hours. It'll be a live reading, 24 hours. We'll book it together. Remember to subscribe and set your notifications so you know when the next reading will be. And when the reading's done, put a little happy face or something to push the energy forward, so that it looks so that you can interact with the energy. Last but not least, I want to thank everybody for their tips and donations. I know you guys work really hard for your money, and I appreciate everything you guys do. I live by the open hand. The open hand not only gives, but it receives. So thank you guys. All right, let's start. I'm going to start with a prayer. All right. So let me see. Is anyone else? Hey, Eli, how are you? And Garish? Okay. So let's start. Okay. So I'm gonna start and see what's happening with your person. This is a general. So if it doesn't necessarily, remember, this is my interpretation of the energy. So if it sounds more like you, then that's my fault. You remember, I'm interpreting the energy. Follow your intuition, you guys, first and foremost. Divine Feminine. Doing well. See, I have a question. Did you guys feel this weekend really heavy? This past weekend that happened. I think that was a full moon. It was so heavy for me. Time. Yeah, it was really heavy, wasn't it? It was really, really heavy. This whole month of July, I keep on telling you guys, it's going to be it's difficult, you know? So if you go out, be careful. And what I mean is, like, people, are volatile, so they're gonna pop off. Well, in our last, oh, that's another thing. Did you guys see my last live reading? Because I kept on doing the reading, but the internet went out. So I don't even know if it, I haven't rewatched it. So I don't know if it was fully on there, but I was like, of course, Mercury retrograde. It's the one that says Mercury retrograde, which we're in Mercury retrograde right now, which only exacerbates the emotions, the feelings. It's been a very heavy week. So my recommendation is take a lot of showers. And when you're showering, focus on like clearing your energy. Go ground, go barefoot, touch some dirt, go touch a tree, go try to, release that energy back into the ground. Sage. I just finished saging right now before I did my reading. This month is a very heavy month, you guys. So please be safe, be aware. People are going to be aggressive and violent. So before things get crazy, just extricate yourself from the situation. It's better to be safe than sorry. Pride doesn't get anyone anywhere. Yeah, it really did, right? That happened. Yes, Rita. Rita says on your live, it felt like something was trying to stop your reading. Yeah, I totally agree. That's happened before to me, and it was Mercury retrograde readings again. It was just like weird things, or the sound will cut off. And people that have been with me from like 2 years ago will see like when Mercury retrograde stuff happens, like the sound pops off, or the screen will go black, or I mean, that's the energy, right? The energy of the person who's hiding. All right, so this person is in conflict, and I will pull some cards to, I will do tarot afterwards. This person's in conflict. Rita, was the whole thing, was it all there? Because I kept on, even though like on my phone it was recording, but on my computer it was frozen. Was the whole thing on there? And because at the end I did a super chat, and then after the super chat I pulled more cards. So I should go look at it, but when I have time, because I've just been working. All right, conflict. So this person's in conflict. Why are they in conflict? Let me move these a little to the side. This is that new deck that I got that I'm really excited to use for you guys. Okay, this person is in conflict. They're withdrawn, they're single, they're lonely. They feel loyal to you, and they want to offer you some kind of apology. This person feels abandoned, left out, walked away. They could have walked away. Okay, they could have walked away from the relationship, or self-sabotage, pretending that nothing is important to them with you, but it's a lie. It's a lie. They have a negative mindset. They have a negative mindset. This is a past life relationship. I'm going to ask about this negative mindset, okay? So if I forget, because sometimes the readings get really, everything until the super chat, then it cut off. Oh, man. Dang, that pisses me off, because I did like another reading with my new pop-up love cards. I did more at the end. Well, I guess I honestly don't even remember what was in the reading. Like I'll remember oh wow, I didn't know it cut off. Man. That sucks. Okay, so if I forget, can you guys remind me to do the curse, to find out about this curse mentality, because, oh my God, this person's going through a really hard time. They could be going through a dark night of the soul. Why are they hopeless? They're feeling hopeless, cursed, bitter, abandoned. They're hiding their feelings. They're in conflict. They're withdrawn. They know they need to give you an apology, but they don't know how to give you an apology. They're trying to figure out, right? That's why they're in conflict. That's why they're in isolation. They don't know how to do it. And this is from your person's perspective. So they're coming through as recognizing that this is a past life union. Otherwise, this wouldn't have come out because this is from their perspective. This is not the universe perspective. This is their perspective. Why is this person depressed or hopeless, bitter? Okay, what else? And also the heart space was hidden, so you don't know that they feel trapped. They want to release themselves. They want to be released from this. They want to feel they want to be released from these horrible feelings, to be honest. They want to be open to the possibilities. They want to let go of these negative feelings. Why is this person spying? I love my person, but I'm moving on. They aren't in the place to give me what I'm needing. They come back and now they're going to do what they did again because they haven't changed much. You know what? The first person you need to love is yourself. And they'll return. They just need to mature and grow up. That's like the hardest lesson because you can see what it is. I can't tell you that it'll be easier. You're going to have heavy days and easy days and difficult days and good days, and it's going to be tough. Anybody on here, I'm sure, can tell you the same thing. But for some reason, it's always when the chaser stops chasing, and I know you're not physically chasing, but when you just separate emotionally, and everybody knows there's like a space in you when you just like, oof, you just cut off and you go cold. That's when they always return. Yeah, he's being an avoidant. The way he speaks to you, he's being an avoidant. He's not taking responsibility. And the first step in healing all this hopeless bitterness, feeling cursed, having a negative mind, hiding their feelings, feeling abandoned, being conflicted, all this stuff is, coming into being accountable, taking onus for their actions. I don't understand why people just don't say, I'm sorry, I did this, I'm wrong. Like, is it they're so stuck in their pride and their ego? Are they so afraid that you're not going to forgive them? The energy of the divine feminine that I pull of is very forgiving. I don't understand why they're like that. Oh, they're dealing with karma. And this is hidden. You don't know this. So this person is dealing with heavy karma right now for what they did to you. Well, we're talking about chasing. You know, people think, especially when they're on a twin, when they're on a journey, a lot of people think that they'll be separated for like 6 months or 3 months and they'll be back together 2 months. But the reality is, with a twin dynamic, there's always one person, the runner, and the chaser. And it turns out the chaser is connected, right? Connected to the divine. And they're chasing the runner. And one person has to be really connected to pull the other person up. But because these are karmic loops, what a karmic loop is you keep on repeating the same mistakes. So that's why I tell people, if they left you and they're with somebody new, they're just doing the same thing. They didn't leave the divine feminine because They didn't leave the divine feminine because they didn't love divine feminine. They left divine feminine because it was too difficult. So they'll keep on going, they'll keep on repeating the same things, and they'll get lessons along the way. But if they don't listen to the lessons, they'll keep on repeating the lessons over and over and over, and they end up becoming stagnant. And when they become stagnant, it doesn't just affect their love life, it affects their whole life, because there isn't a containment for energy. Energy is free flowing. So if this person is feeling all these negative things right now, like there's negative in their 5D, there's negative in their 3D, there's negative in their heart, there's negative that's hidden. This person is going through a negative period. That's also an example of how they have not healed. And they're repeating the same cycles. There's a moment where the runner awakens and they switch energies, but that is like their kundalini awakening, but that happens at different points for everybody. And also I think part of it is if you're okay, for union, there are like a bunch of things that have to happen. Like both parties have to be awakened so they recognize each other. It could be societal energies that force you guys to wake up, such as world wars or major trauma, like heavy things on the planet where you need to come together. Also, you could have done so much work, spiritually speaking, that you've elevated very high, and this person is also very highly elevated. But then if this was the case for this person, they wouldn't have all this crap, so that's not this case. That would be like somebody who's coming back after all this has been cleared and having a rest life with their person. And because other times twin flames don't come together. But we are in a period of twin flame union, which is why I tell you guys, I don't want to keep you stuck somewhere at all. I want you guys to grow and thrive and be beautiful and abundant and flowing and fulfill yourselves. And as you fulfill yourselves, it'll bring them back. It's like, if you start tending to your garden, you have the most beautiful garden in the world, then people all over the world will want to see your garden. People will write about your garden. It's like the Taj Mahal. I've never been to the Taj Mahal, but I know about the Taj Mahal because it's so beautiful. And it's an example of a man's love that was so strong that he created beauty for his love. And that to me is an example of twin flame. Like, this person loved her so much that they created this beautiful artwork. And that became a calling card of his love for her. And really, that's the place. I'm not saying go build a castle. I'm saying you have to make yourself, you have to create your own Taj Mahal. Each and every one of us is perfect. And we are here for such little time that we really are, Most people live till they're 70. This is a very short ride. And I do believe that the majority of people will come together with their twin, if you're involved with a twin. It's just sometimes you have to disassociate, sometimes you have to separate so that this person is dealing with a lot of consequences right now, so that they can heal. And the energy is so heavy right now. If we're all feeling this energy super heavy, then they're this person is feeling it 10 times heavier than we are. All right, let's see what's hidden. This person's heart is going to open. They're spying on you. They're dealing with some very heavy karma. They do want to apologize. They realize that this is a soul contract relationship. What is time? What are these cycles? What is the time? Waiting for what? Waiting for what? Please let me see. Waiting for what? Waiting for what? This is not an easy journey. People fantasize and I want, this person's going to get to a breaking point where they're going to return because they're going to change their perspective. People are like, oh, like they romanticize it. But man, it's a difficult journey, you guys. Because it's not just about this person, it's about union with yourself. So everything you're in denial with everything you're in denial about you is going to be a trigger. The general you has to do all the healing work, healing your fears. What are you afraid of? Why do you wear masks? Who do you wear a mask with and why? Damn. For those of you who don't see it, commitment fell out. After abandonment, rejection, and the cloudy judgment, this person's going to have realizations about. It's telling us about the journey. So just to recap really quickly, in your person's energy, they're feeling isolated. They're feeling very lonely. They're very conflicted. I can feel a lot of loneliness from this person and a lot of loyalty to you. They want to apologize. What do I mean by loneliness? Even if they're with somebody else, that other person is the ersatz version of you. It's the cheap ersatz, ERSATZ. If anybody is a speller. They're feeling lonely because the connection isn't there. It's a superficial connection with whoever they have. This person, they feel abandoned. They know they walked away from something. They've been hiding their feelings. I really believe they think that they're cursed because everything that they do goes wrong or they're unhappy. They think that their unhappiness is a curse. And in a sense it is, but it's a curse that's been self-imposed because they're not fixing that karmic loop. They're not healing from all their mistakes. They keep on making the same mistakes over and over and over and over. In their heart, this person is feeling hopeless, bitter. They're still lusting over you. They want to come out of these negative emotions, and they want to be open to the possibilities. What's hidden is that they've been spying on you. They're dealing with a lot of karma, but this karma is what's going to open up their heart. And with time, they will approach you for commitment. Okay? Let's see what this curse is about. Tell me about this curse, please. Is there anything we need to know? memories. They're thinking about you, about you. Again, this person is feeling hopeless karma. It's going to make them reach a breaking point. Do you see? They're all like negative cards. Their thinking is causing them a lot of pain, thinking over and over about you. It's going to make them reach a breaking point. They're feeling hopeless. And who knows, like, it could be all sorts of things, because it's not just a mental thing. They could have lost a bunch of money. Let me ask what's happening with the karma. They want a second chance, reconciliation. They want to make amends. What's happening in this person's life? Stress, major stress. What's happening in their life? What is this karma, please? Can you please tell me what this karma is? Can you tell me what this karma is, please? Can you tell me what this karma is? Karma for running away from you. Karma for running away from you. Really, this is karma for running away from their divine counterpart. Remember, tarot has no gender. So you could be whatever gender you are. They ran. Normally, I mean, it'll switch up, but right now it's the divine masculine that's running. So you could be the divine feminine. So they're receiving karma for running away, which is why they're so depressed and lonely and longing for you. Lonely, thinking about you, in sorrow, depression, in pain. Do you see how they're all like the dark cards? And look at how thick this is. I want you guys to understand. Like, this has very positive cards as well. This person is going through a very difficult time. What are these boundaries about? What are these boundaries about? What are these boundaries about? They could have made a wall, put up a wall, an emotional wall with you, not letting you in. Yeah. They hid their emotions. They pretended. They could have been hot and cold. They're broken. They're hiding their feelings. So you may not even know. You probably don't. Especially if you're in no contact. Well, they want to return, okay? Let me get another deck. Hold on, let me see who's on here. Hey, Brian, how are you? Rita, Dynamo. Okay. Let's get this other deck. Let's see what other hot goss the universe wants to tell us. These are really big, so they're a bit difficult. They're wearing a mask. Right from the get-go, they're wearing a mask. So the things you feel, hold on, I'm going to have to split these because they're too big for my hands. Hold on. Okay. Okay, this person has been doing spiritual practices. I am healing myself through meditation and spiritual practices. It's the only way I can make myself whole. Destiny. I am understanding our relationship and our connection. What I once thought was trivial was something what I once thought was trivial was something more on a higher consciousness. I couldn't understand it then, but I do now. So this person is doing the work. Turn it over so I can see it. Fateful encounter on the bottom. There's something that's meant to bring you together. Age difference. There could be an age difference between you guys. Age difference also, I'd like to let you guys know, is not like 3 years, 5 years. That doesn't, you guys would still have the same cultural references. An age difference would be like 10 years, you know. But then also, you know, I feel like a lot of people, you can't even tell their age. I feel like it's, I don't know, I just think all these differences are just so dumb, dude. I don't understand them. I don't understand why. Because for as difficult as the twin flame journey is, it's the biggest blessing that you can ever receive, because it's literally preparing you. These most difficult lessons that you receive are preparing you for union with your higher self. And if you're not emotionally balanced, if you're one day you're, you know, if you're just like up and down, then that's something you need to work on. Hot and cold, in and out, up and down, happy, sad, because this person is going through a very difficult time right now. So just remember, if you're in a twin, you're each other's reflection. So if there's something that, which is why whenever we pull like a twin information, then I always ask you guys, I think it was on the last reading with our super chat, was the current magical muse. I became inspired by your presence, your energy, your beauty. Without you, I'm missing my tools to create my next masterpiece. Destiny, spiritual, and magic. Do you see what's happening here? So I remember in the last reading, the person was very hot and cold. So if the person is very hot and cold, indecisive, if your person, this is just general advice, if your person is very indecisive, you need to be extra decisive with your energy. If you go to a restaurant, don't debate, don't deliberate on chicken or fish. If it's that much of a worry to you, just order both, because it's very important for you to act in a decisive nature so that it can push your person to be decisive. Okay, that's just like, you gotta think, whatever your person is having issues with, you will also have issues in the same way, but just to a lesser degree, because you're twins. Let me see. So it's important for you guys to heal yourself. Ego-driven. This person was ego-driven. You guys. This person's watching you. They're spying, so now you got it on both decks. They're spying on you. Even if I'm gone, I'm still connected to you in some way. I can't cut you off completely, but I am afraid to return. My only interaction with you is through your social media. I miss you. I was impulsive, irrational, and selfish. I pushed this connection to its breaking point. I'm sorry for causing so much conflict in our lives. I think I made a mistake. I should have never let you go. I should have stayed and fought for our connection. But I was weak and fearful. I was weak and fearful. Now I'm mourning over the loss of you. These are really good cards, huh? I told you guys I was waiting for these cards for a while to come in. Inner child healing. Your person is doing inner child healing right now. The differences, again. So you guys could have an age difference. You guys could have difference in maturity level. Let me read it. I didn't read that one. Race, religion, same sex, whatever society is against in your society, because right, it's different. If you live in India, it could be a caste system versus if you live in the States, in the big city or a little town. So it's just really figure out where you live, and it's probably something that the people around you are against. I know there is a huge age gap between us, and some may even object because of that. However, we are so similar in many ways, regardless of our differences. This is just sad, you guys. I'm sorry. I feel very sad for this person. That's the ego, the pride. The pride always comes before the fall. When you try to keep your pride, then you end up alone. All right, what is happening with this destiny and spiritual practices? Forgiveness, again, just like, hold on. This person is triggered. They're going through a dark night of the soul. They're seeing a lot of signs. They could have been very charismatic. They were in denial. And summer is coming out, which is now until June through August. The first half of summer. Okay, so that's something could be happening summer. Again, that's what came out in the previous reading. I don't know if you guys remember. We had forgiveness. So this person wants to ask for forgiveness. I'm seeking your forgiveness, even if I can't utter the words. I'm trying to also forgive myself for treating you unfairly, but I am hoping I can quiet my guilt. I'm sorry for accusing you of things you didn't even do. I'm so used to people hurting me. I assumed you were just trying to hurt me too. I should have treated you better, Scorpio. Juggling. I'm having a hard time processing what happened between us and juggling my own personal responsibilities. I need some space to deal with everything. Patience. It's the time, it's the cycles. I just want you to know how much I miss you and how much you mean to me. It's been difficult moving on without you, but I'm waiting on the perfect time to return, and I'm trusting in the process. Trust in the process, you guys. That's all I can say. You know, and some people, like, also, if this is going to come together when it's meant to come together. This person's going to awaken when they're meant to awaken. It has nothing to do with, with every other person's experience. Because there's a purpose. Everything has to be aligned. The little ants have to be on the right path. The butterflies have to, all go right. I don't know. It's just something, everything is connected. So let's see about this age difference. Distance, you guys could be an emotional distance, or if not physical distance. Even with this distance, I know we are never truly apart. We had an instant connection that can never be matched. I'll travel the world to get close to you. This person could like to travel, or you could like to travel. Mirroring, twins. If you are feeling under duress or feeling solemn, I feel it too. When you are thinking of me, I'm thinking of you too. Our connection is deep and profound and sometimes difficult to understand. Of course, it's difficult to understand. The majority of people will not understand this. I just saw gossip. They could have listened to other people. Gemini. I wasn't always there when you needed me the most. Instead of trying to comfort you, I would jump ship because I couldn't deal with my own emotions, let alone yours. It's an avoidant. Magic again. I used to limit my goals and place myself in a box based on what I was told I was capable of. Self-limiting beliefs. Since meeting you, my views have expanded and I am trying to dream big. Because of you, I know I deserve more. So you're the unicorn in their life. They want new beginnings. What's with the magical muse, please? Wow. Fragmentation of the soul. I'm working on my self-worth for a long time. I deemed myself as someone who didn't deserve love and happiness. I was always angry with my life and pushed love away because I thought I didn't deserve it. Significant drama from the past, irrational, unexplained fears, checking out in certain situations, overreacting to seemingly small problems. You've been helping them with their healing. In separation, this stuff caused the separation. Time is ticking. Naughty thoughts, they can't stop thinking about you. I'm taking a pause. I needed to separate myself from you in order to work on my mind and my soul. This is only temporary. I will eventually find my way back to you. Under their ego. They're healing their ego. Okay, what's with watching? So we have, hold on. We have, well, I'll count them up when we're done. Dark Night of the Soul. Enhanced awareness of identity, an extremely difficult and painful period, personal and deep development of oneself. I'm fighting my demons and re-examining my actions. It is life-altering and also extremely painful at times. I fight against the changes, but I know it must happen for me to evolve. What's with the watching here? What is this? Creates fake accounts to stay up to date, pretends to not care, but becomes obsessive. Late night scrolling on social media platforms. Time is right one. Soulmate. I feel you are my equal. You make me want to be a better person, not just for me, but also for myself. You challenge me to change and grow. Cosmic love. Connected in the 5D, regardless of disconnected in the 3D. Intense or strong feelings that they feel are everlasting, powerful or otherwise indescribable. Oh my God, the great source of power. Even though we are not together, we are connected through and through. When I sleep, I dream of you. When I'm awake, I think of you. I'm able to feel. you as if you're here. And then right underneath that, great source of love. I never understood what people meant when they used the term power couple. However, since meeting you, I realized how much positive change we can create together. The dream team of change. Reunion creates exponential growth. Highly influential agents of change. That's why this person keeps on watching you. Because you guys are... They could be with a karmic right now. Look, here it tells us that this person is watching you, right? And they're watching you at night. Do you guys see that? This one is like watching. And look at what this person is doing here. It's here that the person is watching you. And the next card that we had, just so I can show you the synchronicities of the cards, how they read. This person is watching while they're with this other person that is just a distraction. I know I am settling if I'm not with you, but I feel I am stuck because I'm afraid of change. I'm used to what I have, even if it's not enough for me. I'm working on feeling deserving of you. Oh, I was going to do the other... Hold on, I forgot I was going to do the other half of it. Ugh. Twin flame. Oh my God. I recognize our connection was intense and it still burns in my soul. It's a connection that can be never broken, but is one that must be balanced in order to move forward. Great source of power is still underneath. So let's do a recap. This person understands. They're going through some spiritual practices right now to heal. They're doing healing work right now. They understand. This is from their perspective. So they understand that this is destiny and they're going to ask for forgiveness, which is the same thing we had on the other one. In their actions, I'm going to ask about this. There's an age difference, but they feel that you guys are, they want a new beginning. They feel that you're like a unicorn in their life. And taking action towards destiny. Creators of one reality through powers of manifesting. And that was the one right before. Destiny, and then this one. So here it says, you guys were destined to meet, a strong unbreakable bond, passionate love, strong desire, deep inner knowing of divine connection. And this is taking action towards destiny. This 3D is this came out in your 5D and this came out in your 3D. Okay? So this is what's in their mind, what's in the environment. And this is taking action towards destiny. Which is perfect because that's the 3D and this is the 5D. Okay, I'm going to leave these out just in case anything like that. In their heart, they see you as their muse, their inspiration to grow, to become better. They're healing. They're healing from all the crap in their soul. Their walls are breaking down. They were very much stuck in their ego. That's what caused their separation. They ran away. It could have been, I kept on seeing gluttonous gossip, so people could have been against you guys. And the outcome is we have twin flame, this person's watching you, cosmic love, and soulmate. Like, you got 3 of like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Magic cards is what I'm looking for here. Destiny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 cards of magic, like a 5D union, a spiritual union. I'm going to ask about if there's healing happening here with the ego. What's going to happen with this, please? Can you tell us what's going to happen? This person's going through a dark night of the soul. So also, if you are a twin, if this is resonating with you, please leave an emoji or something at the end. But if this is resonating with you, then whatever you do to heal yourself is going to heal them. And also remember, if there's stuff in them that's not healed, there's stuff in you that's not healed yet either. Because you're twins. There's no way, you know, like you're pulling each other. He or she is pulling you up, or you're pulling them up. But while we're still alive, we still have healing to do. That's the whole purpose. Every year of our life, something new will happen. Every day of our life, that will allow us to expand. Okay. I was always so hot and cold with you, and I know that was confusing. Our connection was too much for me to handle, and that was the only way I could deal with it. Cancer. So this is an avoidant. I want to see if they're healing, because they're going through a dark night of the soul, and it says that they're healing. I'm trying to see how much healing they're doing with this crap. Because if they're not healing their ego, if they're not healing their fears, their ego, their childhood trauma, because they could have childhood trauma too, you know? I mean, we all do. Gemini. I wasn't always there when you needed me the most. Instead of trying to comfort you, I would jump ship because I couldn't deal with my own emotions, let alone yours. You guys would know this. If there was some time you were depressed or something, and they just... Mirroring nature. If you are feeling under duress or feeling solemn, I feel it too. That's exactly what I just said. When you are thinking of me, I'm thinking of you too. Our connection is deep and profound and sometimes difficult to understand. I was foolish to believe the opinions of others. I should have trusted my heart more than others thought about our connection. I should have trusted my heart more than what others thought about our connection. Please forgive me for doubting our connection. That's what I just said. Remember? I just said that they probably listened. There's like another card that's like gossip, odious opinions. Your connection isn't real. Your connection isn't real. You'll forget about them. Move on. You'll forget about them. Then come 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. Why am I still thinking about them? Because you can't get rid of your twin. You can't get rid of yourself. It's impossible. I mean, you can learn to cope with life and move on, but once you've realized that you have a twin, it's a real, and it really is your twin. There just isn't. You can't. You'll come back together in the next life if you don't come back together in this one. Peanut galleries are horrible because, you know what? I really feel it's people that are jealous. That are jealous of your connection. Maybe they're jealous of your partner. Maybe they want to be with you. Maybe they wish they were them. Maybe they wish that they found somebody that loved them the way that you love them. There's so many things. You know, like people compare, like, oh, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my wife, my husband doesn't, you know, treat me as well as that person does. Absolutely. Only if you let them. But that's the thing. This person was very impressionable. And it takes a strong person who knows themselves, and it takes a strong person who knows themselves to not give in to opinions, you know? I mean, you can see it's so easy to become a sheep, and you just have to be very, very confident in your person. You have to be awakened. It's like why the energy that's awake, you know, like normally divine feminines will dress the way they want to dress. It's just like walk to the beat of their own drum. They don't necessarily listen to what trendsetters. They do what's good for them. They don't follow the trends. They set the trends. But other people would be afraid to do that. It's Dark Night of the Soul. I keep on pulling these cards just so you guys see how this stuff repeats. And I'm doing it live so you guys see that it repeats live, you know, like help. I'm fighting my demons and re-examining my actions. It's life-altering and also extremely painful at times. I fight against the changes, but I know it must happen for me to evolve. It's just really sad, you guys. I feel a lot of sadness from this person right now. They're going through a very difficult time. They may be coming into their awakening right now, to be honest. You know what? I'm going to pull some Kim Krans. Future focus. I'm devoted to returning to you. I'm starting to feel hopeful about the future because I see you being a big part of it. Forgiveness on the bottom. What do you guys think? The alchemy or the guidebook? Because these end up being super long if I do these. Which one do you think? Purple or alchemy? Purple or white? What do you guys think? Do you guys want to do a quick vote? Do you guys want purple or do you want the white one? White. The guidebook. Okay. Is that just... Well, Jenny wants white. 2 whites, 1 purple. Let's see. Let me get the other one. 2 whites, 1 purple. White. Okay, we're going white. 3 whites. All right, the archetypes. If you guys end up buying a Kim Krans, I love Kim Krans stuff. It's amazing. But if you have small hands, get the small decks because her decks are really, really big. But she's amazing. She's such a gifted, the warrior. I guess this person needs to be a warrior if they're going through a dark night of the soul. The shaman. The father and the mother. Oh my God. Didn't we get that? I think we got that. When did we get? I think we got that with the big cards. It's literally divine feminine, divine masculine. Let me show these for in case you guys can't see it. Okay. The thread. That's the eternal thread that connects. That's the thread of life. That's the red thread that connects twins. All right. This is going to be a lot of reading. So I hope you guys are ready. Let's see what's on the bottom. The orphan, the mystic, and the queen. Let's see what the orphan is. The wounded child, the abandoned, the beggar, that's what they're healing, their wounded child. To study the orphan is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are ever more connected yet face collective isolation. Remember, this person got a lot of, like, they were lonely. In the first deck, they were lonely, they were isolated. The refugee crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from parents. And the earth begs for our attention. Literally what we're living right now. Not just the energy, but the planetary energy, right? All the painful, hurtful things that are happening. So this is proof that what's happening on the planet is resonating with the connection, okay? I want you guys to understand how the macro is seen on the micro level. You just need to pull away, and it's the same energy. It just shows up in different ways. Children are separated from parents, and the earth begs for our attention. We're in a time of universal orphanage of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this core wound and dilemma. It is normal to fear this card as it haunts the caverns of the soul. When it appears, take time, real time, to be in the presence of the feelings this card stirs in you. Let it humble you. What are you starving for? What is the deepest gift you could imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed, dear one. One in light, deep solace, deep acceptance, and deep love. One in dark, distance, hates and avoids, controlling and limiting. So this person is going through major healing right now, you guys. This also, it's the dark night of the soul. The warrior. All right, so in their 5D, they're having a warrior moment. 10. The samurai, the soldier, the advocate. We often envision the warrior as an armored figure with sword in hand moving blindly toward battle. Yet the deeper aspects of this archetype bring us face to face with death itself. Death is transformation, you guys. The warrior stands precariously at the edge of life and death, trusting the eternal to guide the sword's blade. The warrior's work requires presence, alignment, and purpose. Presence, alignment, and purpose. That's very important. Presence, they have to be there. Alignment, they have to align the energies. If you're not aligned, things are going to clash. Energy is going to clash. And purpose, people have to have a purpose. If people are just kind of floating through life, if they don't have a purpose, that's a big warning sign, you guys, for whoever you're dating. Ask them what their purpose is. If they can't tell you what their purpose is, that's a huge red flag. That means they don't know themselves. They don't understand themselves. That's a big question for all of us. You guys need to understand what your purpose is. What's your purpose on this planet? How are you contributing to the world, to your family, to your loved ones? If and when the warrior loses its center, meaningless confrontations and violence are their default response. When this card appears, it is important to question the battle at hand. It is likely a great one, with deep roots and long-standing tensions. The actions you take will stay with you long after the dust settles, so choose wisely, brave one. As you draw your sword, realign with the eternal wisdom within, then surrender to the battle. Your person is going through a dark night of the soul. They're going into battle. Okay? This is just confirming what the other reading said, what the other card said. Remember the first reading? This reading? Hold on. We got all the dark cards. We got all the darkness, which is in what they're dealing at the orphanage. And then we got Dark Night of the Soul with Pop Love. Just in case anybody's... Where's Dark Night of the Soul? Maybe it's on the different top. Dark Night of the Soul. Okay? I'm just trying to remind you guys, in case you forgot, this is what your person is going through. And all 3 decks are telling us the same thing. So why is that important? Because 3 different decks are telling us the same story. Did you say vibe high? Thanks, Rita and Eli. Vibe high. It's a choice. This is the person who makes this is called Vibe About It. Let me get the box. I just saw vibe and I was like, huh? Did someone say vibe? Vibe About It. So that's confirmation again, you guys. Okay. Hold on. Let me organize my stuff because it's gonna fall. Okay. Mother and the Father. I know that's divine feminine, divine masculine. Okay. The Mother. So in their 3D, they're seeing you as divine masculine, divine. So a union, a twin. The Great Mother, the feminine, the source. We begin our archetypal story with the mother's love. Through her central, fertile, and life-giving energy, all creation takes form. Through the Empress. Regardless of our birth story, each of our hearts beat for the first time in the warm womb of the mother, where she offered resources from her body for the building of our own. Yet her tale is not so simple, as a mother, especially on the earthly plane, contains both light and dark aspects of the feminine. With the best of intentions, the mother wraps her loving arms around her creations and begins to grip what she meant to set free. The mother both nurtures and prohibits growth. She gives yet clings. She creates yet restricts. Amid this complex energy, the mother holds the key to the eternal challenge of love. When light, glowing, generative, creative, and nurturing. When dark, dim, exhausting, controlling, and limiting. All right, the Father, the divine masculine, the Great Father, the masculine, the protector. Alongside the mother, the Father resides in the central axis of the archetypal family. The Father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus, he is infinitely dynamic and complex. So it doesn't matter, even if you guys are same sex, there's always going to be somebody who's a divine feminine, divine masculine. What a divine feminine is like the guidance in the spiritual, the 5D. And the divine masculine is guidance and protection in the 3D. One takes care of the spiritual and the other person takes care of the 3D, of what's happening in reality in the 3D world, you know. And together, there's this beautiful symbiotic relationship because it's one and the other, right? It's like 2 sides of the same coin. Alongside the mother, the Father resides in the central axis of the archetypal family. The Father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus, he is infinitely dynamic and complex. His energy is strong and regal, embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom, and loyalty. That's the Emperor, right? King of Pentacles. Honesty, wisdom, loyalty. Yet ironically and simultaneously, the Father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Through absence or action, the Father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with many flaws and wounds. He is both the guardian and one who leaves us to the wolves. Yet gone, the champion and the failure. The Father can never resolve or escape the duality. It is inherent in the archetype itself. Witnessing the Father's limitations allows the child to grow beyond the family and into the world. I mean, that's true, right? It's sad, but it's true. Even, I mean, in our society, if it is a 2-parent household, if it is, right? Because a lot of people are raised by a single parent, whether it be your father or your mother. It's difficult. And when there's lacking, there will be wounds. And even if you're lucky enough to have both parents, you know, it's not like we live out we're not in like the 1400s where you're with your family the whole time. Or even back then, you know, somebody has to go hunt and get food for the family. and somebody has to protect the home. What I'm saying here is that nobody's perfect, but together these two energies balance each other. That's why they're so important to each other. The father can never resolve or escape this duality. It is inherent in the archetype itself. Witnessing the father's limitations allows the child to grow beyond the family and into the world. When light, supportive, strategic, regal, kind authority. When dark, disappearing, disappointing, devastated by failures. In their heart space, regards to you, we have the thread. The thread. Let's see. I mean, that's the red thread. 70. The thread. This is under, what section is this? The tools, okay. And it's the last one in the tools. So once you get all the tools, this is the path, the vein, the circuit. Life is a tangle. So much happens simultaneously and circuitously, leaving us grappling for meaning and direction in a network of distractions. That's what I was talking about. Like, you know, don't feel bad if other people are already coming into union and your union hasn't happened. Like, so many things have to align for your union, and they're all important. Just as much as your union is important. Everything has to be in its proper place because it's not just about your union. Your union will have ramifications beyond your vision, beyond your knowledge, beyond your cognizance. You're going to be affecting other people. You might have children. You might, it could be experiential, people who come to meet you and come to see and feel your joy. You could affect people's life. I don't know about you guys, but if you're ever, I know I've gone out and I always try to be, I always try to impart joy upon others because I never know where they're coming from, if they're having a difficult day, if they're having a difficult time. So I work on my energy so that it's uplifting to others. But hold on, I just noticed something. 10, 30. Oh, I thought we had a 20 here. Anyway, but it's just everything lines up, and this is telling us that everything is connected, just like I was saying. When we connect to the energy of the thread, however, we strike the deepest vein in the body. Our whole being responds to its tug. Meaning is pumped through our bloodstream. Our mind and spirits are lifted. We remember who we are and what we came into this world to do. Though this happens on the most profound level, it could be the simplest incident that activates the thread. That's the awakening. The simplest incident that activates the thread. The awakening, the Kundalini awakening. A song, an image, a conversation heard in passing, a dream. So if you guys go to the supermarket, if you go to the store, pay attention to all your surroundings. Wherever you go, if you go to buy a coffee, pay attention. Listen to the conversations around. There could be a message there for you. No matter how confusing and multi-layered our modern lives become, if we are connected to the thread, we are free. Being tethered to it is the only anchor our heart requires. When in light, the circuit of meaning within chaos. Because it's understanding that there is meaning to everything that's happening. The circuitry of meaning within the chaos. Your person is going through a heavy period right now. All the cards have told us that they're going through a dark night of the soul. They're depressed, they're feeling like crap, they're abandoned, they're in deep regret, they're trying to figure out how to communicate. That's all of this darkness, okay? That's all this darkness. And the thread is a single thing that's connecting them to you. The thread is what's connecting this divine masculine and this divine feminine, okay? This is what's connecting you. You can never cut this thread. If this is truly your twin, you can't do any cord cutting. You can't do anything. There's no way. You can cut out other people. You can cut out soulmates. You can cut out karmics. You can never cut out a twin because it's you, even if they're stupid and dumb and haven't awakened. Well, then, you know, they're just not awakened. You can move on with your life and do things that will mirror their awakening, but you can never separate. You cannot separate from a twin. Oh, let's see. The nectar. D8. The nectar. This is under the tools. In Hindu mythology, there is a miraculous substance known as amrit, or nectar, that contains infinite healing power. Oh my God, you guys, it's the same reading. Are you guys realizing it's the same reading as the other cards? This is telling us they're going through healing, and it's in the hidden position. This golden nectar, or sacred elixir, is the drink of immortality, and like its sister substance, soma, is known to activate subtle intelligent forces that ease the mind, body, and spirit. Though esoteric, these images lead us to the central energy of this archetype, the sweet, potent, heavenly essence that lubricates our spirit back to life. The nectar card calls us to identify and relish in places, practices, people, and activities that regenerate and heal. This person is healing. Medicine is needed, and it comes in subtle form that you may be overlooking. Seek the most sensuous, fragrant flower in the garden you have forgotten. Don't underestimate this remedy. Okay, today I have this rose water, and I don't really use it all the time, but I sprayed it on myself. So if you have roses, go and make yourself some rose water, put it in a spritzer, and just spritz yourself, okay? Go look up there's a special process for making it, but it's so easy, you can do it at home. And I really, really, really recommend, don't buy it, just if you have natural bushes, so they don't have like any pesticides or anything like that. You know, every time I take anything from a flower, a bush, or a tree, I always speak to them and I thank them for the offering that they're giving me. So speak to the bush, speak to the flowers, speak to the tree, say thank you for giving me your beautiful roses. That's what I'm always grateful to the gifts that our beautiful planet gives us, right? Because I also make you guys don't know this, but I make infusions for my hair because I've been working on strengthening my hair. So I've gotten into like all these natural remedies to like make my hair thicker and longer. So rose water is really good for spiritual things. So get a couple, there's like a special word for it, for making a rose infusion. I don't remember what it is, but I can't remember what it is. But if you start looking it up online, you'll find it. And then just put it in a little spritzer bottle, and you're good to go. Because I literally just did this right before the reading, so I feel like that's important. Seek the most and remember, whenever you take a flower, whenever you take a tomato, whenever you take a squash that you've planted, anything that you've taken, always thank the plants, the spirits that are around you, because they're giving us all of this so that we can thrive. And we're all connected. We all live together on this beautiful planet. We need to be grateful for everything that our Mother Earth gives us. Seek the most sensuous, fragrant flower in the garden you have forgotten. Don't underestimate this remedy. It is said when someone has activated this substance within, it is reflected in their shimmering eyes. So as you do this, this is going to push healing, okay? And there is some reason why I did this today and it's coming to mind. So even if you think I'm cuckoo, I'm crazy, I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, just do it. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to cost you anything but the water and maybe the bottle. If you if you have an old spritzer bottle from some old stuff, fill it once the water cools down. You can also put it through a cheesecloth, or if you don't have cheesecloth, put it through what I do is coffee filters, split them, and then just drain it through filter it through there onto the bottle, and use it. Okay. Don't underestimate this remedy, you guys. Don't underestimate this remedy. It is said when someone has activated this substance within, it is reflected in their shimmering eyes. I did this today, and we're doing the reading, and everything is aligning. So things happen for a reason, okay? So just be cognizant of this stuff. The Judge, 14. So this person is going through healing. The Critic, the Diplomat, the Advocate. The Judge has an incredibly important job. They work every waking hour of every day, so this person could work a lot. Helping us discern what is safe, true, and just. This person could be a workaholic to try to avoid you or avoid thinking about you. When this archetype remains unconscious or is captivated by fear, wise discernment turns into painful judgment of self and other. It makes them go into dark night of the soul. When this archetype remains unconscious, when they have not awakened to Kundalini, when they have not awakened to their higher calling, and when they're captivated by fear. If they're captivated by fear, they're not awakened, right? Wise discernment turns into painful judgment of self and others. Painful judgment of self. They're starting to berate themselves. They're starting to think that they're cursed. They're going through a dark night of the soul. They don't understand your relationship, which is everything that came out in the other decks. Ironically, the Judge's energy can be the seed of racism, bigotry, and fear-mongering. This is the Judge out of balance, building walls separating from the other. That's why this person is doing healing to heal these walls. Remember, we had the fragmentation, the defragmentation of their heart. Their walls are breaking down. This is telling us that their walls are breaking down because they're understanding that they're connected. They're not just connected to you, they're connected to everything. When this same discerning force is made conscious and healed, however, the Judge may be found advocating for civil rights causes, standing up for the underdog, providing resources for those in need, and forgiving again and again. Love is the deciding factor. Awakening the archetype is essential for the complex times we are in. Get your Judge in order. The world needs it. How old is this book? How old is this? And how pertinent is it to our life right now? 2019. Copyright 2019. It's like she was telling the future. The prayer. I can't believe this. This is literally the whole reading that we had, but with Kim Kranz's deck. The prayer. 75. Let me see what it's under. tools. So you have 3 tools. This person has 3 tools. So they're working on they have the tools for these 2 are these are like the selves. So they're uniting the self. They have 3 tools. What is the judge? 14. I'm gonna look. I think there's let me use the index. The table. So the selves are here. The judge, 1, 2, 3, the judge. The warrior. Number 10. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards of figuring themselves out. 4, 5 cards, the orphan, going through the dark night of the soul. Becoming the warrior, go through, to come into union, understand the connection, to be an advocate for themselves, facing their own, being their own judge and jury, finally doing the healing work, which is nectar, which is a tool, the prayer, which is a tool, 58, the nectar, tool, and the thread. The reason I'm seeing this is because it's telling us how this person is coming into union, and they're gathering a lot of tools to do this. The worship, the reverence, the homage. What is prayer? When we are in a state of prayer, when are we in a state of prayer and when are we not? To whom or to what do we pray? Archetypally, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time as a remedy for the omnipresent, self-centered thinking that spins toward illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego, which is what they've been healing. Remember, the ego was in this part, hold on, in case you guys forget. I wish I had like a insert. If I was fancy with the stuff and I edited this, then I would do that. But editing, I don't know if you guys know, but if you upload like a video that's above 20 minutes, it takes a long time. That's why I stopped doing the pre-recordeds. I do the pre-recorded short because it takes 24 hours to upload videos. It takes a long time. Anyway, let me see. I know we had the ego. There's that dark night of the soul that they're going through. Where's the ego? I don't know where it's at. These are a lot of cards also. Look at all the cards. It's like 100 cards or something. And just so you remember what you got. Okay. Archetypally, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time as a remedy for the omnipresent, self-centered thinking that spins us toward illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego as we move from our little story to the big one. As we move from the little story and we pull out to see the bigger picture. Some say we are in a state of prayer anytime we are not the center of our own thoughts, every time you're meditating. Others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. I believe prayer is when you're asking, and meditation is when you're listening for the answer. Perhaps it is simply surrender or service. Whatever prayer is for you, this card reminds us of its importance. Get quiet, low, humble, and soft. Get quiet, low, humble, and soft. Remember, this person is in isolation and sadness. Bow and touch the ground as your heart lifts to the sky. Though it may be uncomfortable, it is time. Nothing else will do. So this person is in prayer. They're healing so that they can finally become an advocate for themselves, so they can become the warrior that they need to be, so that they can come into union, so they can fulfill this thread, this thread that's meant to be. One in light, offering to be of service, asking for guidance. One in dark, expecting results, but with self-aggrandizement. Self-aggrandizement is making yourself feel bigger, entitlement, all those things that unfortunately condemn our society nowadays. All right, the 130, that's your outcome, the 1. And that is the end of the selves. Okay, so this is the beginning of the selves, and this is the end of the selves. So these are all aspects of the person as the person is developing. This is the beginning of the person. This is the warrior. This is the mental, and this is the fighting. Okay. And then this is when you come into union with yourself, the 1. So this is the outcome. Let's see, 30. The 1. Non-duality, one love, unus mundus, one world. Our ability to experience this archetype firsthand is limited. It comes in brief and potent moments that we are left to savor for a lifetime. The 1 is both the energy that unites all living beings and our capacity to sense this intimate union. This archetype eludes us most of our lives, appearing as a concept in a distant galaxy. It doesn't even come for a lot of people in their lives, if we're going to be honest about this. Yet when we are in the midst of its power, a solemn reverence falls across all the land. We glimpse ourselves in the vastness of all consciousness and are neither small nor large within that field. We are neither important nor unimportant. All duality fades away, and we are left with what is, the precious knowing that life is a gift, and we are both the giver and the receiver of this fortune. Serves when in light, serves, loves, accepts, and resonates. When in dark, ignores, omits, and excludes. It's coming into union, you guys. You're coming into union. Let me see how we're doing on battery. %. All right. Let me pull some Love Oracle for closing. 22. Hold on. No, I want to use this. Oh no, I'll do career. I'll do career, but nobody ever really wants career. I normally get that for readings. But here, this is a love reading. But like I tell people, it's really just understanding that the energy is the same. So you are coming into, if this energy just kind of, it's the same energy. It's coming into fruition, coming into abundance. So coming into abundance, like it's meant for you. It's just you have to do the work, right? I mean, it's still coming to you if you're resonating with this. 8 of Wands, communication. Lunar eclipse, you got a time card. Can anyone tell me when the next lunar eclipse is? 5 of Swords, upside down. This person is trying to do it differently, make amends, unexpected surprises. The Wheel of Fortune. Karma, life, cycles, destiny, good luck. It's the same thing we got in the other deck. Ace of Cups, upside down. You have some kind of communication. We have a time, so it might be after the lunar eclipse or around the lunar eclipse. I don't know when that is, but yeah, you have communication coming. Yeah. No, it really is the same. It's the same energy. It's just, it's the questions you ask, but energy is energy. Whether it's business, you're coming into fruition. You're coming into acceptance. And I'm doing this from your person's perspective, so it would be more like when I do your reading, like when I do, like whether I do like a Pisces reading or like that, then I'll like separate the stuff. But because I'm not doing it from the querent, I'm doing it from the querent's person. I can't really, say that this is about their love life because this is like a twin flame union. But when I do like the actual, like who's coming towards you, what's coming, those readings, you can totally interchange like the money or I have done a couple of those in the past, but they're not very popular. That's why it's normally, I mean, I have a big business clientele, but those are from word of mouth engagement. When is the next lunar eclipse, you guys? In New Zealand, it's September 7th. Oh, Jenny, you ordered a private? Yeah, you're in separation right now. Let go of control issues. You deserve love. What is a control issue? It's like wanting this to happen. When is it going to happen? It has to happen now. That's what it is. Calling in your soulmate. You're coming into union, you guys. Everybody's coming in at a different time. Hold on. Jenny, did you send it? Did you send it through PayPal already? Do you want to ask your question? So you guys have engagement. This is ascending, okay, you guys? Get ready. It's coming. It's coming. And I'll do Jenny's. What's your question, honey? Do you want to ask? Type it out, and then let me get another deck for you. I'm so bummed that the reading cut out the other, because I totally kept on reading with the vibe cards for everybody. Jeffrey's feelings. Okay, let's see an update on Jeffrey. What's happening with Jeffrey? Let's see what's happening with Jeffrey. What's happening with Jeffrey? Can you tell me what's happening with Jeffrey? When's his birthday, Jenny? What's happening with Jeffrey? What's happening with Jeffrey? Please let me see Jeffrey. Please let me see Jeffrey. Please let me see Jeffrey. What's happening with Jeffrey? What's happening with Jeffrey? So, oh, he's a Christmas baby. Oh, wow. He's going through some kind of evolution, some kind of healing the inner child. He's probably going through a dark night right now. He's probably going through some difficulties because he's doing some healing work. Transformation is not easy. Transformation is hard. He's thinking about you in this separation. He's thinking about you. He is thinking about you. He's missing you. Nostalgia, wants to make new memories. Tell me about this transformation, please. Tell me about this transformation. It's a transformation for love. Cards are saying have faith. Love is coming. It's going to be a surprise invitation. This person is going to be struck by love. They may wake up one day and be like, what? I'm in love? It's that song. Oh gosh, who is that song by? I'm hearing that song in my head. It's like a song from the 80s. Wake up, I'm in love. Oh, who is it? He had like a Jerry curl, I think. The singer. I want to say it's Lionel Richie, but it might not be. I don't know. Wake up, I'm in love. Wake up, I'm in. How does it go? Wake up. I'm hearing wake up, I'm in love. Damn, you guys. You guys are going to come back into union, Jenny. He's thinking about how to come into union. Tell me about the separation, please. Yeah, look. Phoenix rising. Phoenix rising. He's going to communicate with you to have a conversation with you. This person isn't going to, he's not going to like, hey, let's get married right away out of nowhere, okay? It's going to be slow. And please, please, please go slow, you guys, because you got to remember this person is going through major healing. Major, major healing. This person is going through dark nights of the soul, so they're still figuring themselves out. So go slow, you guys, please, so that you don't get hurt. If they're not ready yet, you may still have to go through a time of separation. But ultimately, I feel a union coming for you, okay? So you just have faith. You just have to live in a space of faith for right now, all right, honey? He's making healthier choices. All right, you guys, that's it for today. Please remember to stay safe out there. People are volatile right now. They're all going through their orphan state right now. So if someone's getting angry, just, don't engage. Stay safe, you guys. Okay, just stay safe because people are going to be going crazy this whole month. So just be aware, okay? Don't feed into the negativity. Just pull out and stay safe because we need you all. All right. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Rita, Jenny, everybody, Brian, Eli. Who else is here? Cassandra. I was hoping Cassandra would be here, but she's not here. All right, you guys. I love you guys, and I will come back soon. Okay. Bye.